Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, go.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Job's a joke you broke. It's like you're always stuck in second gear.
Now, do you know anything now? That all?
Earthquake.
Sit. Good. Sit. Yeah, right there. Oh, I'm gonna kill
See if I found it. Good job.
Oh, thank you! Thank you! We got... Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, we're building up now to the final of the men's 100 metres. Trinidad in there, and an athlete from the Netherlands. There's the lineup: Thompson, Trinidad; Powell, Jamaica; Gay, USA; Blake, Jamaica; Gatlin, USA; Bolt, Jamaica; Bailey, USA; Martinez. Oh, they're away, and Gatlin got away brilliantly, and he's ahead of the field at the moment, and Bolt going very near. Comes Usain Bolt! Usain Bolt storming through, he takes it again. Blake gets the silver, 9.64! Oh, he's retained his title in the most emphatic way.
Kick your ass at practice, able?
Yeah, whatever, Blake. I'll get you at the Olympics.
No, let's go. Hurry up. We gotta keep going.
Come on.
See that on the fence in there?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna cover up after the race.
That was a hard practice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I forgot my water bottle.
Seriously, man? Come on.
I don't know. I'll see you at the track tomorrow.
Alright, yeah. Hey, Usain Bolt, age 25, was kidnapped from the men's dressing room last night. The janitor heard a loud noise and he found some blood, so he called the police.
Do we have any witnesses?
No, but we do have a few athletes who left late, which include his teammate, Johan Blake, American athlete Tyson Gay, and his coach, Andrea Valman. Time is of the essence, people. We're dealing with a high-profile kidnapping. Paula, start doing a grid search since we're in a room and numbering the evidence. Ben, start taking pictures, go with her. And Amy, start sketching the crime scene. Let's go. And the K9 will be here shortly. Get to work, guys. Let's go.
guys on your Jamaican team think you're so fast. But watch out, we're going to kill you at the Olympics. You better sleep with one eye open. If you and your families want to stay safe, make sure Bolt doesn't participate in the Olympics, or else.
Someone's out to get this guy.
I'd say.
Alright guys, what did we find?
Here's the evidence that we've found so far.
We got 2 shoe fibers and a bundle of hair.
We found soil that's irregular to this vicinity. We also found blood on a locker and a toilet. And we also found a ransom note. I filled out the chain of custody and everything was ready to go.
Alright, perfect. Hey Jane, how's the profile coming?
Hey guys.
Pretty well. I'd say it's a profile kidnapper. They're usually after something like money or fame. So the unsub will usually stalk their target, so they know exactly what to hit. And then they'll kidnap by surprise. And usually they leave some sort of ransom note or video. In this case, they left that threatening note, but that didn't ask for money. So the unsub must be after fame or maybe working out of jealousy. I'll get working on more intricate profile.
Alright, good job. Good work. See you later. Alright, perfect. You guys can go. I'll send this along immediately, and I'll call you if I have any updates. Good boy. Alright, sniff Bolt's clothing. You can do it. Let's go. Come on, Lily. Find him, boy. Find him. Why'd you stop? You must have gone into a car. Good boy.
Tyson Gay?
Yeah? Who's asking?
I'm Agent Zonenveld from the LHSPD. I just have a few questions for you concerning the crime we're investigating right now.
Okay.
We're going to need a hair sample and a shoe fiber, and you're going to have to come with us.
Okay, just let me put down this very heavy. Wait.
So are you ready to go in there?
Yeah, but let's develop a plan first.
Alright, the key to a good investigation is psychological manipulation of our suspects.
Okay, how do we do that?
First, we should talk about things we have in common with them, but try to make them feel as comfortable as possible. This develops a baseline, which you can later compare to how they react to more stressful questions.
Okay.
We should also make them feel uncomfortable. So we can have them seated in an uncomfortable chair, have a bright light shining in their face, and have them seated against a wall or in a corner so that they feel isolated and unfamiliar with the situation.
Okay, is there anything we have to look out for?
We should look out especially for their eye activity. If they look up and towards the right, they're recalling a memory. However, if they look up and towards the left, they're locating the cognitive part of their brain, so they're most likely formulating a lie.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead.
This conversation is being recorded for legal purposes.
Sure, whatever.
How are you doing today, Tyson?
I'm a bit annoyed, you know, I'm supposed to be training right now. I have the Olympics coming up. I just can't be here.
Well, as long as you haven't done anything wrong.
Oh, hold that, just hold that thought. I'm gonna put my sunglasses a bit bright in here.
We just have a few quick questions. Where were you yesterday evening?
Yesterday, I was running a couple drills with my coach, you know, warming up for the Olympics, that's all.
That's a bit late to be training, isn't it?
Well, we were a bit busy. I mean, we went out for dinner. We were in the Athletes Village, and so my training session got pushed back a little bit. That's all.
What is your relationship like with Usain Bolt?
Usain Bolt? Well, I mean, we're good friends, I guess. We're not great friends, but we have a very friendly rivalry, and we've had a couple friendly disputes in the past, that's all.
Did you write a threatening note to Usain Bolt?
Threatening note?
Yes, a threatening note.
No, that's outrageous. Why would I do such a thing? That's just totally unprofessional.
We have here in your record that you have a past criminal record.
So?
Yesterday evening, Bolt was kidnapped from the track around 7:30 p.m. and a threatening note was left behind asking Bolt to drop out of the Olympics.
I didn't write that note. I didn't kidnap Bolt.
Fabulous. You're treating all my athletes like criminals and you're stressing them out, and the Olympics are in a week.
Sorry to disturb your training, but someone's life is at risk. Jamaican athlete Usain Bolt was kidnapped yesterday evening.
It's terrible. I hope they find them, but I need to go back to training my athletes.
We just need to ask you a few quick questions and then you'll be out of here. Where were you yesterday evening around 7:30 p.m.?
I was training one of my athletes, and actually, I was on my way downtown by then. I was meeting my wife for dinner.
It was scheduled that you and the Jamaican team shared the track yesterday. When did you last see Bolt?
I saw him leaving the track with one of his buddies.
Do you know who he was with?
Can't remember his name, but I know it's somebody from his team. Is that all?
That's all for today. Thank you for your help. Expect to hear from us again. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. What's this about? Has something happened?
Your teammate Usain Bolt has been kidnapped. We just have to ask you a few questions.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Of course, anything to help.
When did you last see Bolt?
It was yesterday evening when after training, we went to the parking lot. He said he forgot something, and I just let him go and get it, and I went home. Oh my god, I'm so stupid.
Was there anyone else with you?
No, we were alone.
What's your relationship like with Bolt?
We're like best friends. I've known him since, I don't know, forever. I can't believe this.
Do you know anyone who might be out to get Bolt?
No one. He's great. He's a very likable guy. I can't think of anyone. Oh my god.
Okay, thank you for your help. If you remember any details, contact us. We will be in touch.
Please find him.
Alright, I gotta go. Talk to you later.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going? Anything interesting?
Well, they all behaved very differently. The American coach, Mrs. Valman, was annoyed throughout the interview, but was obviously very concerned about coaching her athletes. She was very direct and she made good eye contact, but was definitely has motive to eliminate Bolt as a competitor. We should keep her as a suspect.
Okay, cool. How about Blake?
Blake was generally concerned about Bolt's safety. He offered to help as much as he could, and he was extremely calm. He doesn't seem to have anything to hide, but we should keep an eye on him. Maybe he's just a good actor.
Okay. And Tyson?
Tyson Gay was obviously anxious and uncomfortable during the interview. He kept looking towards the door. He wasn't making eye contact either, which is a clear indication of lying. He seemed genuinely surprised to hear about the kidnapping, but he obviously has something to hide. I'll tell James to start profiling
Okay,
him.
cool. Keep me updated. See you later. Hey, how's it going?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I'm not. Back to the analysis. So there are two pieces of evidence at the crime scene, right?
Yeah.
But one did not match any of the samples that we collected from the suspects, but the other one did. So there was no medulla present in both of them. They had jagged, rough cuticles, and also the hair was black and brown, and very curly and very short. And this makes sense, right? Because these characteristics match a person from African descent, and that suspect was also from African descent. So I think we found our guy.
Nice.
Jennifer, what'd you find with the soil analysis?
So we took the sample from the crime scene and we compared it to other samples we have. This sample was found to be mulch. It had a lot of organic matter in it and it absorbed a lot of water. This one was found to be sand because it absorbed no water and was also very granular. And this one was found to be silt because it was very silky when it was in the water. Now all of them were neutral pH, so 7 pH, which isn't very helpful, but this one, the one we found at the crime scene, it's mostly found on riverbeds or in swamps, so I think we should check surrounding swamps for Bolt.
Shut up! Get off of me! What a guy!
Sit down. Who are you? What do you want?
Shut up!
I can give you money.
I don't need your money.
What's up?
Check this out. The note that Tyson Gay wrote, it's an exact match to the note we found at the crime scene. The capital letters, they're written at the exact same angle. It's 20 degrees. And look at this. The pen pressure on the eyes, it's the exact same. And here, the C's and the O's, both of them, they dip below the line.
I wonder why Tyson Gay wouldn't disguise his own handwriting.
That's a good question.
Anyways, you want to see what I found?
Yeah.
So I've been analyzing the leftover weave of the two pieces of evidence we found at the scene and comparing them to the samples we took from Tyson Gay and his coach. It looks like Tyson Gay's our guy. His sample is similar to one we found at the scene. They have similar leftover weave, and they both appear to be nylon, which is the same fabric manufactured in Nike.
Okay, so case closed.
I guess so. It can't be the American coach because his leftover weave is different. But I did find a strange weave, a Satan weave, which is really rare these days.
We have to remember this is all class evidence, so it never connects anyone directly to the crime scene. But let's let the team know.
Okay.
How's it going? I brought you some water.
For the last time, my name is Brie.
A brie is a cheese.
After analyzing the evidence, it was found that Usain Bolt's blood is AB positive, which matches the evidence 3 and evidence 7. So those are the two swatches of blood we found on the scene. But none of our suspects' blood matches the evidence. So the U.S. coach was O negative, the U.S. athlete was B positive, and the Jamaican athlete was A negative. When there's clotting in the wells, that means that they've reacted with the antibodies. So when there's clotting in the A well and the B well, that means that they're AB. If there's clotting in the RH, then that means that they're positive.
I see.
So our CSI team sent in some pictures of the crime scene, and our sketch artist also sent in a sketch of the scene with all the evidence and where it was placed.
So these are the two shoe fibers I found at the scene. And then I got samples from the US coach and Tyson Gay. And as you can see, Tyson Gay's sample matches one at the scene. Hey guys, this reminds me of that famous case in 1970 where the man killed his pregnant wife and kids. He said that there were invaders in his house, but it was later proved that he killed them because his own clothing fibers were found in his wounds, which led them to believe that the wounds were self-inflicted. The fibers were also found under his wife.
So 2 blood spatters were found at the scene of the crime, so one on the locker and one on a pillar. They took them for analyzing, and I analyzed them in some tests and found out that both samples were AB positive. This doesn't link to any of the suspects we have currently, however Usain Bolt's blood is AB positive. However, this doesn't mean that all of the blood came from him, because other people can also have AB positive blood.
There could have been a scuffle.
Yeah. Blood typing is an accurate form of class evidence as seen in the Miller versus Pate case back in 1967 in the US. The US Supreme Court brought Miller into court because he was accused of a rape and murder. His defense said that his blood was not found on the underwear that was found. However, the blood of the girl, which is O negative, was found on the shorts, which contrasts to his blood type, which is A negative.
So at the scene of the crime, we found 2 hair samples. One was in a bunch. So through my comparison chart and my sketches, I was able to conclude that the suspect Tyson Gay's hair matched the hair at the crime scene. Alright, so an example of when hair evidence was used to solve a crime was back in 1990 in Colorado when Eva Schoen was killed by a single gunshot to the head. The police had narrowed it down to one suspect, but he had tampered with his gun, so they weren't able to match the ballistics. Luckily, a bystander was able to tell the police that they saw the suspect throwing a bundle out of his car on a particular road. The police were able to locate that bundle, and they were able to determine that not only was his hair on the bundle of clothing, but also Eva's. So they were able to match up together and arrest him.
So what did you find with the behavioral analysis?
It looks like Tyson Gay is our number one suspect. He demonstrated the most psychotic behavior. This relates to the Green River killer investigations, which proves that kidnappers are usually life's losers, the people who feel powerless, and they usually kidnap so they feel in control of the situation. This makes sense in Tyson Gay's case because he's always second best to Usain Bolt. By following the 12 steps of handwriting analysis, I concluded that Tyson Gay's handwriting was an exact match to the note we found at the scene. So this is very similar to the high-profile kidnapping case of Charles Lindbergh in 1932. The son of a famous aviator was kidnapped and a ransom note was left behind. They cross-referenced samples of suspects' handwriting to the note and they found that Bruno Hoffman was the criminal. Through my testing, I was able to determine that the soil sample we found at the crime scene was silt.
You guys know that the first time minerals were ever used to solve a crime was in 1904. They found a handkerchief at the scene that contained minerals. One of the suspects also worked at a mine that contained the exact same minerals, so they were able to link them two together.
I cross-referenced this into our database and found that that soil could only be found in one area. I was able to determine that there's a vacated house in northern London. That's a likely lead.
Is anyone in here?
I'm in here! Thank God, it's about time you guys found me. Untie me.
Are you harmed?
I'm fine.
There's no sign of a kidnapper.
Tyson Gay, that son of a bitch kidnapped me.
Get a warrant for Tyson Gay's arrest.
Alright, let's get you to the hospital. Tyson Gay, you're under arrest for the kidnapping at the same time.
What are you talking about? I didn't kidnap him. I wrote the note, but I didn't kidnap him.
Talk to the charge.
What did you find with his x-rays?
It's very interesting. I found a plate in his tibia.
What does that mean?
Well, I don't know, because I x-rayed him 6 months earlier, and this is what his leg looked like.
It's impossible for him to run that fast with a plate in his leg.
I know.
Guys, I just finished talking to Bolt's parents. Bolt was born with an identical twin brother. The Bolt we found isn't the real Bolt.
He's in the waiting room now.
He's gone, guys.
Don't you see? It was all staged. The fake Bolt framed Tyson Gay.
Kidnapping of Usain Bolt. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, the court will appoint you one. I got him. He was headed towards the garage. Send in SWAT team.
Police, open up. We have a warrant.
Don't shoot! I'm the real Bolt!
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you okay?
No,
He's okay. We got him.
thank you so much.
I gotta get you to your race.
It hasn't started yet?
No, you're good.
Boy, that was a long day.
I'm so glad you're safe.
There you go.
So how'd you solve the case?
Forensic anthropology, believe it or not.
It's really interesting. How'd that happen?
Well, we were able to look at the x-rays of the bones and determine that Usain Bolt was actually not the real Usain Bolt.
Does that happen a lot?
Yeah, sometimes. Although in this case, we use it to determine the criminal, it can also be used to determine the victim. Say you're in a fire and you get burnt to the bone.
Mm-hmm.
You won't be able to identify the person using facial records or anything, but you could identify them using odontology. So everyone who's been to a dentist has dental records, most likely, and you can compare their skeletal features and their teeth to their dental records to solve the crime.
Wow, that's so interesting. You're so smart.
I was wondering, do you want to catch dinner sometime?
The second man to retain Olympic 100-meter title, the great Carl Lewis, perhaps the greatest athlete we've seen, but maybe now we should say that Usain Bolt is. If he hadn't done it before in Berlin, in Beijing, once again in London, he's triumphant. There's the greatest field assembled here, and yet he runs away from them. Absolutely magnificent. A great, great athlete, and he's transformed the world of sprinting.
Yes, the tall men they said couldn't sprint. Well, that's not true. Look at this celebration from the Jamaican fans. They've seen their two men, the first and second in their trials, prevail.
You, David Hasselhoff, take you, Jane Goodall, to your lawful wedded wife.
I did.
Do you, Jane Goodall, take David Hasselhoff to your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
By the power invested in me, I now pronounce you lab technician and chief officer. You may now kiss the bride.
Alright, he's ready.